Today on CityCast Portland, we're going to be talking about a city councilor who nearly burned down the entire west side, possibly losing the ability to make a right on a red, and we're also sifting through Portland's biggest online gripes and weighing in on whether or not the person with said gripe has a valid point or is simply an With me are Willamette Week City Hall reporter Sophie Peel and our very own senior producer Giulia Fiaoni. My friends, how are you doing today?
Hello. Good morning, Claudia.
Hi, Claudia. Doing well.
That's great. That's good info. That's good intel. So as our regulars know, I usually kick things off with an opening question so any new listeners can get to know our guests a little better. And today's is based on a proposed new ordinance by city councilors Loretta Smith and Tiffany Koyama Lane. The ordinance would prevent drivers from turning right at a red light in high crash areas. Underline the high crash areas. So according to Coin 6, the ordinance would add restriction signs and also like cameras monitored by PBOT to intersections inside the city's quote-unquote high crash network, which encompasses roughly 8% of Portland's intersections. And this network also accounts for 62% of the city's traffic deaths, plus or minus, a few percents there. So the PBOT data indicates that banning the practice could save lives by reducing all types of intersection crashes by 9%, according to the proposal. I know that's a lot of percentages here, but as someone who has almost been hit by a car, making a right on a red more times than I can count, I think this is a pretty cool proposal. Enacting the policy is estimated to only cost between $140,000 to $160,000 for the 200 intersections, and that includes everything from like labor and materials. And let me also specify that would be for the initial rollout. That seems like pretty chill money-wise compared to all the other things that we've been hearing that they need money for. And I'm just like, that's actually might save lives. I don't know. Also, fun fact, making a right on red was something that no one was allowed to do before Jimmy Carter's presidency. It was during his oil and gas shortages of the 70s that a right was permitted to save on fuel. Shout out to Cable News director Althea Billings for that fun fact. She told us. Do you remember? She told us that a few episodes ago. And we were like, what? Okay. Anyhow, all of this leads me to my question, which is a twofold. What are your feelings on this ordinance? And what else would you like to see the city ban, either traffic related or just like in life?
I'm totally fine with the ban because at first I thought it was all rights on red, which I just thought that's crazy. That's like policing my freedom crazy. As a driver.
That's policing my freedom. Okay, go on, Sophie.
But if it's just on high crash quarters, I don't know. It makes a lot of sense. I'm actually surprised the city hasn't thought about doing that before. It's also really crazy to me that it would only cost $140,000. I don't totally understand what would go into banning them. You just $140,000 for the marketing of don't do this, or is there infrastructure?
The signs. If you heard the words I said with my mouth, it was the signs and the.
Sorry, I was busy texting. No, just kidding. I really wasn't.
The cameras.
Anyways, What I would ban, I have a few things. One, dog breeding. I think anyone, I'm sorry if either of you have a designer dog, but I think anyone who buys a designer dog is bad. And I think you should just buy an animal from the Humane Society, because there's lots of them out there who need good homes. Second thing, the bans of 12-year-old boys on these motorized bicycle motorcycles. Yes. I had not seen these until about 6 months ago. And now anytime I drive anywhere, there's 8 to 10 little boys on these things zooming around. And it just feels like a matter of time before one of them is going to die. And also I find them annoying. And I also just think kids should ride normal bikes. It's good exercise. It's good for your coordination, and no one needs a motorized bike, and I'm sure they're way too expensive.
I kind of love all this. Listener, just so you know, Sophie is not 50. I need you to know that she is a young woman, and she has...
Thanks, Claudia. But I have the spirit of an 80-year-old woman.
and I approve, and I absolutely approve. Just a little asterisk about dog breeding. I completely agree that people should, adopt before they shop. But dog breeding does... just because I've looked this up, does improve canine health, though mutts are just perfect. But it preserves these breed traits that provides people with predictable temperaments and verified medical histories. So there's I'm not saying it's a pro, but there is a reason for it. Yeah.
Even despite that, I'm like, why do we need to have an optimal dog? That shouldn't be our goal, is to have like a perfect dog that we can always
Working
predict.
dogs.
Like,
So fair.
Working dogs, Sophie. Julia, shut up. Working dogs.
thank you, Julia.
Don't agree with the guest. Agree with me. Your coworker.
Me, not a pet owner.
Like, why are we optimizing dogs? Like, why are we optimizing dogs for our own,
This is such a good convo.
Yeah. This is a
For working breeds, y'all. Okay, but I need you to know that I totally see the point in that you're making. Julia, what about you?
I'm just going to say I love the limit on not turning right on reds. I think that's great. I'm going to save the rest of my time for this rant I'm about to go off on. I think we need to desperately ban the sale of nitrous oxide in smoke shops, gas stations, and convenience stores. And this is because, I don't know if y'all know this, but especially amongst my age group, whippets are having a comeback moment right now. And I personally actually know a lot of people who are stopping by smoke shops, spending $30 on a nitrous oxide tank, and basically destroying their nervous system. So for those who don't know, whippets are basically using like nitrous oxide, which is like medically laughing gas, also used for culinary things and for automotive vehicles. Like it's really not supposed to be ingested at all, just to make that clear. And it gives you a temporary high.
Can we just have a Julia corner? Can we just have a Julia corner where it just says Gen Z explains things to people that are older than her?
I just gotta put it out there because, not everybody knows. I don't want to shame and blame.
Sorry, go on.
So basically it reduces the oxygen to your brain and it gives you this temporary high, but it could give like insane consequences like memory loss and incontinence and psychosis and paralysis. You could die. It's really risky. And for a long time, there was no age limit on buying this. The last year, they actually put an age limit on it. You have to be 18 years old to buy it, which is insane. And the toughest thing is that they sell them, they market it to kids. They're colorful tanks, they're flavored gas. It's out of control.
Flavored
It
gas?
drives me crazy. Yes. Why? But I will say, Senator Ron Wyden is on the case. He just introduced a bill on this last month. I'm really rooting for him. Because I really, I hate seeing people do this. I hate that this is becoming a thing again. That's my ban.
Okay. Gen Z, will you just start drinking again and just stop doing whippets? That's just like, calm down. Jesus. Well, thank you both for your answers. By the time you hear this, City Council might have already made a decision. They were supposed to discuss it last Thursday afternoon, and we take this conversation Thursday morning. But it could also have just gotten pushed to a later meeting, since I think they're also supposed to discuss the Moda Center term sheet again. And I'm predicting that might take up most of their meeting time. Okay, let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, Sophie has a pretty frustrating piece of reporting about one of our city councilors. Okay, Sophie, how do you even hear about this stuff? Like, how do I know that Mitch Green?
Say.
Oh, okay.
I can't say how I know.
I'm just always surprised. I'm
That's
like,
the whole point.
Okay, go on. Well, lay it on us. What's going on?
So, on July 26th, a fire engine arrived at a Southwest home, and on reports that there was a backyard brush fire. And a neighbor had called in and told the dispatcher, I see like a flame went up in the neighbor's yard, and the dispatcher's note said, quote, backyard on fire. And so firefighters showed up and they see a guy putting out a fire, a brush fire that he had started. And it turns out that person was City Councilor Mitch Green. And Councilor Green has since said that he was not aware that there were burn bans in place. Just a few things to note. There are many burn bans in place. There is a DEQ burn ban in place. There's a Multnomah County burn ban in place. There's a City of Portland burn ban in place. And also, you can never, there are annual year-round bans against burning yard debris or brush. And so there were just like layers and layers. Well, that too. Yeah, layers and layers and layers of bans. And I think most people in Portland know that. Some people might not know that, like, during, the summer, especially summer where, like, wildfires are tearing up our state and, like, there's a layer of smoke painting, everything orange. Some people might not know that you're not even supposed to have like a contained, fire pit in your backyard. But I think most people know you're not supposed to burn yard debris in like a bonfire. And that's what Councilor Green was doing. So he has said he didn't know there was a burn ban in place. And initially he said, I had contained the fire just fine. The firefighters were there out of like an abundance of caution. About 24 hours later, I think he realized that people were actually pretty pissed off about this. And he released a longer statement that was more like, I'm so grateful that the firefighters were out there to, make sure it was put out and it was a mistake. And so his initial statement was kind of like, nothing to see here. I didn't know. I learned a lesson. Nothing to see here. It was fine. I had it under control. And then I think 24 hours later, it turned a little bit more into like, I erred. I made a mistake. I own up to it. So the transition was kind of interesting. And that also came, like, his statement only came like 24 hours after I'd asked for comment. And I had texted his staff, I'd texted him, I'd emailed them multiple times, but it wasn't until after the story that came out that they actually responded to my comment request.
And Mitch Green is part of Peacock, which is like the self-proclaimed more progressive side of our city council. And I've noticed the reason I'm pointing this out is because I've noticed that even the more progressive advocates are like, yeah, that was kind of fucked up. Like that. Because usually, you know what I mean? Usually, like, there is a like, well, he didn't know, but everyone's like, well, you can't. Because here's where I'm coming from. Mitch Green is not dumb. He knew about the burn ban. And even if he didn't, as a supposed environmentalist, which was part of his platform, you think context clues would have helped him come up with like a better idea for how to get rid of yard waste. And what this shows me as a voter is that clearly he thinks he's above the law and or prioritizes his own needs above the greater good. And that's I don't think that's who should be holding power. No matter like how much I personally agree with his policymaking, which I actually do, I kind of lost a lot of trust and respect for him as a lawmaker. Because like this is up there with like hitting a car and not leaving a note, Like we live
who did that?
In a society. If we can't trust you to not burn down your neighborhood, like I don't think you're qualified to make rules for our city. Like I know this is all like my opinion, this is editorial, but like that's what I get when I saw that. I was like, Mitch, like, what are you doing?
Well, the thing that really stood out to me, and Sophie, this was in your reporting too. I feel like this is a huge part of it. The critical energy infrastructure hub is right there. This is the 6-mile stretch of millions of gallons of fuel and other chemicals right on the Willamette River, right below the Linton neighborhood. And this is an issue that Councilor Green has spoken about before, how much a fire in that area would make that situation disastrous. And knowing that that context is also a part of this makes it especially frustrating. It also just highlights a character quality that really says a lot, right? Like you can just wait a week and put some of that yard debris in the compost bin. You can just be patient and space that out. Like
that's what I'm saying.
There are so many solutions for this that just require you to slow down and take a beat and think about the consequences of lighting something on fire that it's not a good look.
No. And I will also say, like, Councilor Green has talked about the fire risk in Forest Park. And he has mentioned accurately that the greatest risk to starting wildfires are human-made fires, whether they're warming fires or cooking fires or another type of fire. Like, it's not down power lines, right? Most of the ones that really turn horrible are these human-started ones. And, like, that's exactly what he did. He started a human fire that like didn't have to be started. So I was very surprised when I received that report. I had gotten a tip about it. I requested it from the Fire Bureau and I kind of was like, this probably isn't real. And then I got the report and I was like, whoa.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So I've been looking at comments or responses from people just curious, like, what is the vibe? Like, are people just like, oh, it's not a big deal, like, let him be? Or if people are really upset. And people seem very upset because, unfortunately, the news broke when we were surrounded by toxic smoke. Like, his fire, from your reporting, it was, like, late July, which still, there were, like, more than 20 fires going.
July 26th, when things were not good.
Everything was on fire, basically. But like we were sitting pretty for a little bit. And then the news broke about his, backyard fire when we were covered in smoke. And I think there was like extra anger. And normally, I got to tell you, I hate the Willamette Week's comment section, but I found this one hilarious. Somebody wrote, "Did anyone check his fridge for foie gras?" And I couldn't stop.
Oh, no.
Because if you didn't know, Councilor Mitch Green also led the ban of foie gras. And so people are just wondering if, like, secretly, he's just in this backyard eating foie gras, burning piles
stuff.
of leaves.
Yeah. It's just tough because, like, I expect from my neighbors, from my friends, to act like there is a burn ban basically all summer, anywhere in Oregon. And I think at this point, it's tough when a city leader isn't able to act that way either.
Oh, God. Sophie, just so you guys know, I don't know, Sophie, if I'm able to call you out on this. She wants me to sing. What I wanted to sing was Mitch Green is on fire, but she wanted... Thank you, Giulia. See, that's how you support a host. But yeah, Sophie, Mitch Green started the fire. That's what you wanted, right? Mm-hmm. You got it? You know what I love, though, Sophie? When you brought that song up and you're like, Claudia, will you sing this? It wasn't like the Billy Joel version. It was the Office reference. You're like, can you sing Ryan Started the Fire, but it's Mitch Green? I was like, sure.
It's the version I'm most familiar with.
Yeah, I imagine so. Well, I'm curious how this is going to turn out for Councilor Green because he is up for re-election. But he is
one other thing to mention too,
ahead.
Claudia, and I don't think I mentioned this in the article, but I should have. But the Oregonian a couple months ago wrote about how Councilor Green had failed to pay $7,000 in property taxes. And of course, as soon as the Oregonian called him, he was like, oh my gosh, it's my bad. I paid it immediately. But I think these two things together, I think for some people, it paints a picture and it's not a favorable one, I don't think, for Councilor Green.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, Giulia has a case study on why Portlanders might actually just be a town full of Larry Davids. Giulia, do you want to tell us what we're getting into here?
Yes. So my segment today is continuing a series. We've loosely named it We Live in a Society, in all caps. And if you haven't heard it yet on the show, basically it's in the same spirit of the subreddit, Am I the Asshole?, where people will comment a rant about something and ask the public to decide if they're the asshole. But for our version, we pulled the best recent posts from the Portland subreddit's weekly rant thread, where folks will just post about their most pressing gripes of the week. And it's a wide range of rants on there. It's completely judgment-free, but we do things differently here. So we are going to read them and judge them like a jury, and decide if they were valid for the rant or if they're just being an asshole. And honestly, I was thinking about this segment more, and I realized that I think we're the assholes in doing this because we are just taking these judgment-free rants and judging them. But anyway, I can accept that. So the first one here, coming in hot with this one by _confetti cake.
Wait, Julia, I will say that only an asshole can judge an asshole. And so I think in that respect, we have full credentials for that. So go on.
Real
Sorry.
recognizes real. This is
exactly.
This is some serious business we're doing. So got a first one here from _confetti cake. And it goes, again, all caps. Hey, fucker. I saw you use the southbound lane on Northeast 32nd as a northbound left turn lane, i.e. you drove against traffic to make a left turn. Ooh. I'm going to assume by the tenor of your bumper stickers that you were extremely high and not an entitled asshole. And look, I get it. I was the Michael Jordan of stone driving back in the day.
Damn.
But you are not, and that was dangerous and inconsiderate. I am embarrassed for you. Stay home. Don't get blazed just to go to Freddy's unless you can walk there. How are we feeling about this one?
Not an asshole. That is fair. Legit. That is legit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they're valid in their analysis? Can you judge a stone driver by their bumper stickers?
I mean, I don't know about that. But, I mean, no matter what, no one should be making a left against traffic illegally. Like, already. I know that his whole rant is based on his analysis that this person might be stoned. But I think it's a based analysis because we live in Portland. And I don't think that he's, like, just pulling, random accusations out of thin air. I think that is possibly an educated guess.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to picture the types of bumper stickers that would be on a car that you think someone was stoned driving. I feel like it's like a...
hey, I'm really stoned right now.
Like some Grateful Dead stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I also thought of, like the lady cowgirls or like the lady in a provocative position and then she has like a cowboy hat on. That's more country. That's more like that's country
that's
cowboy
just a
though.
sticker, Sophie.
Do you have one, Claudia?
No, I'm not. I love it. You're like, are you defending your cowboy sticker, your sexy cowgirl sticker?
No, I actually
I'm
quite
not.
like them. I think they're cute.
All right, what's another one?
Okay. Next one here from accomplished_owl1355, all caps. Why does my recycling pickup come at 6:30 in the morning? And it's not always at 6:30 in the morning, but it's often enough to drive me insane. I understand that they have a lot of cans to pick up and they want to start early, but Jesus fucking Christ, even 7 or 7:30 would be much more reasonable. The bottles dumping into the truck at 6:30 give me a goddamn heart attack. This one's a little bit split here. Is it fair to be upset about this?
Just Sophie, I went first last time. Why don't you jump in?
No, not really. I mean, I get it. No one likes that. And a lot of things wake me up at like 6 a.m. I have a neighbor in like the apartment building across from me that like just starts cussing in the morning about going to work very loudly and her window's always open. It's really strange. I don't know if something's going on, but like it's kind of funny though, because she's like, I don't want to fucking go to work. And she's definitely talking to herself. But there's like a lightness to it. Anyways, that's not your question. No, I don't think it's fair. I mean, they got to pick up everything. Like there's a schedule. And like, if you're the 6 a.m., like it's a bummer, but what are you going to do about it? So no, I don't think it's fair. Also, just use earplugs.
Yeah.
Okay, two things. One, I've been told to use earplugs before because I'm also a very light sleeper. But then I say, how am I supposed to know when I'm getting murdered? I need the earplugs off. Do you see what I'm
think you may feel the stab wound.
Well, before to prevent said stab wound.
I see why that would be important.
Okay. But two, always on the side of trash and recycling workers. Like they're doing a job none of us are doing, and
I don't want to be there either.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. Somebody might have a trash
maybe
cake.
they do, but 6:30
and I hope they do.
Tough.
Like I really do, because like what a great job for you.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just saying, like but I get it. Like this is a wash. This is a total wash. I'm not pulling the asshole lever. This is a wash.
Okay, yeah. I felt split on this one too, because
valid rant.
I used to live in an apartment that was right behind a liquor store.
Oh yeah.
And it was a multiple times a week there was recycling pickup because we were right behind that business.
Whenever we taped, basically, that's when they would come pick it up.
Most days of the week, there were clanging bottles outside at an ungodly hour. It was pretty constant, and I didn't realize how much it was taking a toll on me until I moved away. So I feel for you, accomplished owl. But city's got to do its work. Next one here is from One Toe In, and they have to say, once again, I stopped at the river park on the southwest side of the Selwood Bridge and found not only had people left their garbage strewn on the beach, but also left their campfires still smoldering. A pox on all their houses. Also, a double pox on Tom Dundon, who is the new owner of the Trailblazers, if you don't know. And then there was a comment from Iowa Lightning that said, you get my upvote simply for the Dundon stray. Yeah. Thoughts on this one?
Oh my God, 100%. I want to, if I can somehow GoFundMe strengthen that pox, I will. Like, what are you doing? I hate when people, for one, I just hate littering all around. Like, whenever I'm on my dog walk, I'm always picking up trash. And like, not because I want to feel morally superior, just a little bit, but because I genuinely am like, what is going on? We have like 500 trash cans now. Like, I don't know if you, in your neighborhood, but the city really went all out on these trash cans. They're like pretty, I know Sophie's is a hater of art trash cans, but like, they're really nice. You people should use them. And so I'm always surprised when I see trash on the floor, because I'm like, literally, it's just right there. Just walk 3 more steps, buddy. And then the fire, like, come on.
I know, more
we
fire.
We have a theme today.
Trash and fire?
Oh,
you're right. Trash and fire.
Trash and fire, yeah. I'm not going to lie. The double pox on Tom Dundon really hit me because I've been given an inside look into just the business dealings at the Moda Center for all the folks that are still working there. And I've heard from someone I know that used to work there that he's been making some crazy calls, not only laying off people who have been working there for decades, Hall of Famers, but also just taking away the little treats. He's been cutting the lunch bars and the snack cabinet and all these things that make you excited to, go to work, which is rare. No. All of that. This guy really is grinding my gears. Outside of the Blazer stuff, it really is like he's getting personal with it. And that's why that one hit home for me.
All right. Before we head out, we just wanted to give out a special thank you to some new CityCast Portland neighbors. That's our program where you get perks like ad-free listening, the ability to shout out a local business or organization that you love. You get invites to member-only events. Right now, you're also going to get some pretty cool swag. We have pennants, and I think we might have a few tote bags, which are pretty cool. High quality canvas, let me tell you. So shout out to Noel L., Iona R., Carrie C., Issa R., Katie K., Gabby W., Jasper K., and Kyle P. Thank you so much for becoming CityCast Portland neighbors this week. Again, when you join, we'd also be happy to read out any shout-outs of places that you love in Portland alongside all the perks that I just mentioned. So join at membership.citycast.fm/Portland. That's membership.citycast.fm/Portland. I believe it's just like $10 a month, or if you like deals, $120 a year. Go for it. Membership.citycast.fm/Portland. Yeah, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Sophie, Giulia, thank you for all the work that you do, especially Sophie.
Yeah. I'm not doing any work. Thanks, Claudia.
Thank me, Sophie.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for all the work you do.
No, that's not what I wasn't fishing for you to thank me for work. I was just like, let people know that you're like not texting right now. That literally you're texting. Oh my God, you're texting.
No, I'm actually not.
Would you like to know what I was
doing?
Yeah, I would love to know what you were doing.
It's somehow worse.
Okay, forget it then.
Don't tell us. I don't want to know.
I was playing the spelling bee on your
Oh my God.
No, but I really was listening.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I don't usually do that.
Whatever.
It's been a long day.
That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. Our production team this week was John Atariani, Giulia Fiaoni, Rachel Monahan, Jesse Wiza, Francisco Kilgore, Alyssa Castles, and myself. Original music by Jenny Conley and Steven Drizos, and additional music by All the Kimonos. Our ad music is by Sven Lindvall and Sarah the Instrumentalist from Epidemic Sounds via Getty Images. We'll be back Monday morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slim's.